Welcome to Learn with Mac, and let's see what I've been doing this week. So this week I've been continuing to model the lifting machine which I showed in the last video. And this is a machine which I'm going to be using in the new Professor Mac video on Archimedes Principle, which means that I need a machine to lift heavy objects and drop them in water, and then we'll see if they float. So at the last video I was showing modelling of some parts of this vehicle, and since then I've been doing a little bit more work which I'll show you. In particular the end of the arm. Now what we have here is an arm which is attached to hydraulic pistons. The arm will rotate around this back pivot point here, and it will extend upwards. And then we have another part which then can extend outwards from that arm, and at the end of that is this mechanism here which lifts shipping containers. It's used at dock sides to lift shipping containers, and I've been modelling this. So this is what I've been modelling up here. If we have a look at this, you can see it's a fairly basic setup where we've got some nice shape there, and then at the end we've got this component here which is essentially a pivot point which during the loading and lifting of this arm under gravity there's a self-alignment takes place. Now what I'll be doing is adding some dampers to that so that it doesn't swing about. It actually damps down and starts to become more stable. So let's have a look at how I modelled this. So at the end of this arm it lifts shipping containers, and so I've had to model a shipping container. So I've also been working on that, so we can have a look here. It's not finished yet, but this is a shipping container that I've been starting to put together. Now these shipping containers are very interesting. They have castings at each corner, and these castings are used to lift the shipping container up. There's a very special design in the way in which the points on the lifting equipment connects into here and locks up and is able to lift the shipping container up. So I've put a casting together which you can see here all modelled. There's also side rails that take place at the top and the bottom, and then the side panels, and the section of these side panels are this type of corrugated shape here. So I've modelled all of that. You'll notice that down the bottom here there's a couple of holes present, and that's where the container can also be lifted by a forklift truck coming in, and it's a special forklift truck that basically can come through into these holes. The forks can engage here and lift the container up. I've also put underneath some structure for the floor, and you can see here we've got some stiffeners that run across underneath the floor. So if I just drop that back into object mode, you'll probably be able to see those a bit more clearly, and you can see the holes under there as well. So that'll be the shipping container. What we'll do is we'll put some doors on the end here. I'll put in the back a closing panel, and then on the roof we'll have some closing panel as well. What I'll then do is put on this some colour. At the moment it's just a standard grey colour, but we'll put on some texture to make it look good, and that will be the shipping container. And then what we'll have is that connected up to the end of Professor Mac's lifting machine here. The other thing I've been working on is the headlights for the truck, and I've now got some post-processing effect that takes place such that it makes these look much more like LEDs once it's rendered, and you can see that now where you see the nice bright light coming out of the LED. So I'll continue modelling this, and next time I'll start to bring together the structure of the shipping container, and we'll put it onto the end of Professor Mac's lifting machine. So until then, all the best. Bye.